Hello, I'm back to my channel Better Than Yesterday. Today's topic is humanoid robots are leaving the lab. For decades, humanoid robots belonged to science fiction. Machines that looked and moved like humans were mostly laboratory experiments, expensive prototypes, or Hollywood fantasy. But something important has changed. Humanoid robots are now leaving the lab quietly and faster than most people realize. Around the world, factories are testing them, hospitals are experimenting with them, warehouses are deploying them, and AI companies are racing to build them. This is no longer just about robotics, it is about labor shortages, aging populations, artificial intelligence, and the future relationship between humans and machines. Today, we explore why humanoid robots suddenly became viable, which countries are leading the race, what companies like Tesla, Figure AI, and Boston Dynamics are building, why China is aggressively investing in humanoid robots, which jobs may change first, and why the biggest impact may not be what people expect. Why now? For years, humanoid robots struggled with three major problems: movement, intelligence, cost. Robots could either move well but think poorly, or think well but move poorly. Now, advances in AI are changing that equation. The AI breakthrough, large AI models can now recognize objects, understand speech, interpret environments, and make decisions in real time. This is crucial because humanoid robot operating in the real world faces chaos constantly. Stairs, slippery floors, moving people, unexpected objects, changing instructions. Traditional programming struggled with this. Modern AI handles uncertainty much better hardware. At the same time, sensors became cheaper, batteries improved, chips became more powerful, and robotics components dropped in price. The economics finally started making sense. The labor crisis, another major reason. Many countries are running out of workers, especially for repetitive industrial jobs, warehouse work, elder care, logistics, and dangerous environments. Countries like Japan, South Korea, Germany, and China are facing aging populations and shrinking workforces. Humanoid robots are increasingly viewed not as science fiction, but as economics necessity. The global race has started. United States, the US remains a major innovation hub in humans. Tesla introduced Optimus, a humanoid robot designed to eventually perform repetitive physical work. The long term vision is massive. Imagine factories where robots work alongside humans 24 hours a day without fatigue. Elon Musk even suggested humanoid robots could eventually become larger than Tesla's car business. That may sound exaggerated today, but so did electric cars once. Figure AI. Figure AI attracted major attention with investments and partnerships focused on general purpose humanoid robots. Its vision: robots capable of working in logistic manufacturing in everyday environments. What makes this different from other robotic companies in the combination of AI reasoning, natural language interaction, and physical mobility? Boston Dynamics. Boston Dynamics became famous for robots performing flips, parkour, and highly dynamic movement. For years, people saw their videos as entertainment, but underneath those viral clips were decades coming. China's massive ambition. If there is one country treating humanoid robotics as a national strategic priority, it is China. China sees robotics as essential for manufacturing dominance, productivity growth, and demographic survival. China's
Transistor
workforce is
production,
aging
the
rapidly.
electronics
At the
industry,
same time, it remains
Japan's
the
great
world's
post-war
factory.
expansion.
Humanoid robots could help maintain industrial output despite labor shortages. State support. Chinese robotics companies benefit from government incentives, industrial policy, manufacturing ecosystems, and supply chain advantages. This matters enormously because scaling robots requires motors, batteries, sensors, chips, precision manufacturing. China already dominates many of these supply chains. Robotics. Unity Robotics became known globally for agile robots as relatively affordable prices. China's approach may eventually resemble what happened with solar panels, electric vehicles, and consumer electronics. Rapid scaling, lower prices, mass manufacturing. Japan and the human side of robotics. While America often focuses on technological disruption, Japan has long explored the emotional relationship between humans and robots in Japan. Robots are often viewed less as threats and more as companions or assistants. This cultural difference matters. Elder care robots. Japan's aging population created intense interest in robotics, not necessarily replacing nurses, but assisting them. Examples include lifting patients, monitoring health, helping mobility, reducing caregiver strain. As societies age, this becomes increasingly important globally. Service robots. In Japan and South Korea, robots already appear in airports, retail stores. Many are still limited, but they are training consumers to become comfortable interacting with machines. That psychological shift is critical. Which jobs change first? Whenever people hear about robots, the first question is usually, will they take jobs? The answer is more nuanced. Jobs most likely to change, humanoid robots are initially best suited for repetitive physical tasks, dangerous environments, night shift operations, warehouse movement, industrial handling, for example, moving boxes, carrying inventory, assembly assistance, factory inspections, warehouses. Companies globally are investing heavily in warehouse automation. Why? Because e commerce created enormous logistic demand. Humanoid robots offer flexibility that traditional factory robots lack. A humanoid robot can potentially use human design tools, walk through existing buildings, navigate human environments. That is important because the world is already built for humans. Construction and dangerous work. Future robots may increasingly work in mining, disaster zones, nuclear facilities, offshore energy, military logistics, hazardous industrial sites. Humans may supervise remotely while robots handle physical risk. But many jobs will remain human. Some roles rely heavily on empathy, creativity, negotiation, emotional intelligence, complex human trust. Teachers, therapists, leaders, artists, caregivers. Technology changes jobs, but rarely eliminates human importance entirely. The real revolution may be at home. The biggest long term market may not be factories, it may be households. Imagine a future humanoid robot that can fold laundry, clean kitchens, assist elderly parents, carry groceries, prepare simple meals, monitor emergencies. That sounds futuristic, but early versions are already being tested. The domestic labor economy. Globally, billions of hours are spent on repetitive domestic work. A capable household robot could transform aging societies, dual income households, disability assistance, and independent living for seniors. This is why investors are excited, not because robots can dance, but because labor itself is one of the largest economic markets. The risk and ethical questions. Of course, there are serious concerns. Job displacement. If new jobs emerge, many workers could face disruption during transition periods. Societies may need retraining, new educational system, and stronger social adaptation. Surveillance and privacy. Robots operating in homes could collect enormous amounts of personal data. Who owns the data? How secure is it? These questions are becoming critical. Human dependence. There is also a deeper philosophical question. What happens when humans increasingly outsource physical effort, caregiving, and companionship to machines? Technology changes not only economies, but human behavior. Conclusion. Science fiction becomes infrastructure. For decades, humanoid robots represented fantasy. Now they are becoming infrastructure. Not overnight, not perfect, and not without setbacks, but the direction is clear. AI gave robots a brain, modern hardware gave them a body, and global economic pressure gave them a purpose. The next decade may determine how humans work, how industries operate, and how societies coexist with intelligent machines. The future may not arrive as dramatic robot armies, it may arrive quietly, one warehouse, one hospital, one home at a time. Call to action. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe for more deep dive on AI, robotics, technology, and the future economy. Comment below. Would you trust a robot in your home? And share this with someone interested in artificial intelligence, robotics, investing, future technology, or the changing world of work. Please press the subscribe button so that we'll come out with more of similar interesting and educative podcasts. See you on the next episode. Thank you.